Hi everyone, let us discuss what is an algorithm. An algorithm can be defined as step-by-step procedure to achieve something. It is said to be an algorithm. For example, searching and sorting algorithms. For example, searching, sorting, shortest path algorithms like Google Maps. We can able to find which is the shortest path, and scheduling algorithms. For example, a particular person want to schedule which particular pilot and which particular air hostess to be assigned a particular plane. So they can able to assign their duties randomly. For that purpose also we are going to use an algorithm. So let us consider an example of real life. So if you want to make a cup of coffee, so you are going to make a step by step procedure so that you can able to make a coffee. So in order to make a coffee, you are going to take a boiling milk and you are going to take a coffee powder or decoction, and you will take a sugar and stir it so that it will be making a coffee. For example, if you are going to change an order or going to miss someone, it doesn't going to make a good coffee. What is time complexity and space complexity? Time complexity usually refers to the amount of time an algorithm takes run as a function of the input size. It helps to understand how the algorithm performs scales with larger how the algorithm performance scales with larger inputs. It usually expressed by using notations like big O of n, big O of n log n, etc. Basically, time complexity example is RAM. So, how much time it is taken to execute the program. So, next one is space complexity. Space complexity refers to the amount of memory space of an algorithm uses by an algorithm to solve a problem as a function of input size. It analyzes how much memory of an algorithm requires with varying input sizes. Example, hard disk. It is also represented as big O notation. Here the space complexity utilizes, so how much data types you are using. Example, database. So in order to retrieve the database, so how much space is utilized and how you are going to zip the particular file in the database server. It is also considered as it is also considered as space complexity. For example, you are storing the database, and the database which is storing inside the hard disk, it may run out of the memory. So at that time, how efficiently it can able to scale the performance. It is also considered as a space complexity example. Both the time complexity and space complexity are important for designing and analyzing algorithms. Let us consider an example code. So now here we are having a code int array which is declared without specifying the size of the array. In the array we are having a 3 elements 1, 5 and 2. The array belongs to the integer data type. The second element is int n equal to array dot length. It specifies how much the size of the array contains. Next one contains the int sum equal to 0. It is a variable holding the integer data type and assigning a value 0. Next one contains the loop, and it contains initialization section, condition section and increment or decrement. So now within the for loop we are having sum equal to sum plus array of element. Sum is going to be initially 0 and the array of element will be added each and every time. So 1 plus 5 plus 2 will be stored as a resultant sum. So let us analyze the frequency. In frequency, if you are going to consider, so the first element array which is going to hold the 3 values. It means it is going to start with the index element 0 to n minus 1 element. It means it is having the index element which is 1. So 1 as a element which is stored in the index of element array of 0. In a similar manner, we are going to store array of 1 equal to 5 and array of 2 equal to 2. So it is going to execute one time because we have initialized the content at once. The next one, what we are going to do is int n equal to array dot length. The array contains 3 number of elements 0 to n minus 1. So that is 0, 1 and 2 of an index element 1 and 5 and 2. Next one, here we have initialized sum equal to 0. It executes the frequency of 1. So next, here we are going to declare the for loop. In for loop, what we are going to do? Initialization, condition check and increment or decrement. So it will be executing totally 3 number of times. And the next phase, it goes inside the for loop and sum equal to sum plus array of I, which specifies the index element. So now the index element, it will be added to the resultant sum. So now it is going to be executing 3 times inside the for loop. So now it has executed 3 times. At the end of the for loop, again what it need to do, it goes to the condition check statement. So now I is less than n. So for example, I will become greater than n, the condition will be fail. That condition also checked by the for loop. At that content, what is going to happen? The condition will be failed. So for that purpose, we are going to increment for failure condition which is 1. So totally, let us check the calculation of the frequency. So totally 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 4 plus 3, which is going to result in the result 10. So let us take the frequency of n. Let us correlate the value with n. In order to execute this particular code, inside loop is going to execute n times, and whereas for loop executes n plus 1 time for the failure condition. So now replace the value with n times for loop and inside the for loop. So now let us consider the frequency which is going to get the resultant 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus n plus 1 plus n. So now you can able to add all the number of n's. So how many number of n's are there? 2n. So now calculate the constants. So how many number of constants are there? 4. So in this manner you can able to analyze the frequency of each and every algorithm. Thank you. Thanks for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching.